Welcome, everybody, to where the designs are dynamic and the conversations are fresh. We are here with Johnny Blaze, and we are here with JK. You know what time it is. Asthmatic Customs is in the building. Now, Jeremy's gonna ask Johnny a few questions. Today's topic, obviously, we're talking about, we're talking to a vet about, a little bit on his experiences, job title, what he did. He was in the Navy, served for 4 years. So, we got to give it up and give respect to the men that give up their lives and, put their lives on the line so we can do even this right here, man. You understand? So we're just going to let Jeremy take the floor.
Ow! Alright, one of my questions for you is, did you know that every major war was provoked and wanted for profit? And if so, what's your outtake on that?
Alright. Really? I really don't care what the wars were about. No offense or nothing.
Yeah.
I don't care, but here's what I've noticed. Okay. I understand it's going to sound bad, but every time we were in war, we've came out of recession, and we have thrived because of the need of resources.
Very true.
I mean, I agree. I don't agree why we keep going into war.
Can I get a pause? Can I get a pause?
Go right ahead.
Now, notice what this man just said. For the need of resources. So, do you say that many of the wars that we have fought is based on the need for resources?
Not always.
Not always, but
Civil War by chance.
Civil War?
Civil War was to unite one country. We were either going to become a Confederate country or we were a united country. Okay? And then there's the Revolution.
Okay, but hold on.
But recently?
Yes. Now,
yes, I agree.
So can we say that, is it fair to say that maybe back in the day, when we was fighting all these wars, they had good, moral motives. But do you think that our government has had hidden agendas over a period of time that maybe they don't even let their own soldiers know?
All right, think about it this way. I understand where you're coming from. I really do. 100% understand where you're coming from. Right. Put it this way. All right, I'll go back to Vietnam. Okay, nobody agreed with Vietnam. We were in a country that we weren't supposed to be in. I don't agree. I think we should have been there. We had to stop communists from taking over the world. So that's what communists were doing.
Right.
Northern Vietnam is a communist country.
Right.
They were getting assistance from China. But we can't prove it. I know it.
Right.
You can tell by the way they were organized, and they kept getting stuff from somewhere.
Right.
And communism started in Russia. But you know what? The Russians, that's their choice. Let them live their life the way it is. We needed to go there because what was coming after Vietnam?
Right.
They'd hit Australia, and they hit New Zealand, and short jump to Hawaii. Hawaii is the United States state.
Right.
So we had to put a stop to it somewhere. So I totally agree with Vietnam. We should have won it.
Right.
But we wanted to have South Vietnam to be able to support themselves, protect their own country.
Right.
We were more there for them.
Right. And do you think that's right? Do you think that's right that we step in and always try to play Captain Save-A-Ho in a sense, and where these people should organize their own military, put their own lives on the line. Okay, they do. They obviously work with us. Okay, when we come through, there's always going to be a system that's willing, to be made better, made stronger, and there's always going to be opposers. But who are we to just step in, link up with these guys, and tell the bad guys, you're the bad guy, and this behavior is not good for this country. If you want to thrive, if you want to be successful, you're gonna form your government, and you're gonna be this. When our own government is not that, we're not in that shape where we could be just like, yo, this is what you need to do because this is how it's done and this is how it's gonna work. When we're in debt for so much money,
That's the thing. We don't do that. We don't tell them how they should run their government.
Do we help them set it up?
We help their military force become stronger. Okay.
Okay.
And ultimately it is our fault for all these wars. I'll give it to them. It is technically our fault.
Because we be meddling, right?
Because we be sticking our nose in other people's damn business.
Brown nosing.
And sticking our nose in other people's business. Right. But you know what? Being a world power, one of the 3 world powers in this world, it is our job.
It's our duty
to protect
to stay
the
on
little
top.
guy. Right. You know, look, North Vietnam, South Vietnam. South Vietnam didn't have any allies. Mm-hmm. North Vietnam had China.
Right.
There are billions of people in China.
Right.
Billions upon billions. Right? Well, somebody's got to help them. You know, I will give it to them. You know, they're tough little bastards. Yeah. I'll give it to all of them. You know, they knew what they were doing. They knew all about that guerrilla warfare stuff. Right. But they had no military power. Right. You know, very organized people, very, you know, strategic. I will give it, but they knew what they were doing to a point. Mm-hmm. But the thing is they were they didn't have very many, you know. Yeah, they were archaic as far as technology advancements with weapons. We came in and we don't. The way I see it is we don't really want to take over. Mm-hmm. We don't want to take over because at the end of Vietnam, we pretty much withdrew to a certain line, and we said, okay, we will hold this line. Mm-hmm. You want any more, get it yourself. Mm-hmm. But we will have your back. So can I ask you this? If we meddle, okay, say we go into a country, okay? Now we basically help that country, destroy that country, meaning we try to eradicate all of the bad, or you know, all of these all the people that's trying to take over. You understand? Like something like Iraq and Al Qaeda. You understand? Yep. Now, after we demolish this country or this province, who should pay the reparations to rebuild? Should it be us? You know, because without us, you know, maybe that those people would have never came together and had the balls to fight. You understand? So maybe nothing would have ever got destroyed. But after it's all destroyed and all said and done, who's responsible for that? Who do you feel should be responsible for that? Everybody that was involved with that war. Everybody. If you fought, we put plenty of bullet holes in plenty of houses. Mm-hmm. We put the bullet holes there. We should fix it. Right. They put the bullet holes there. They should fix it. Right. You know what I mean? Right. I mean, and bring up the Al Qaeda thing. I ain't got no respect for them pansy pieces of crap. Right. Okay. You want to send your kids after us? Are you stupid? That's your future. Duh. Are you retarded? You got no brains in the skull. Right. We send men. You send children. Don't ever disrespect us like that again. All right. That's messed up. You want to send your children. Ooh. Well, if they kill themselves, they'll go up to see Allah. What do they need with virgins? They're kids. Mm-hmm. Okay? Let them live their lives. You want to send little kids? Send yourself. You get shot in the forehead too. Now, I ain't got no mercy for you. I understand. You know, we have codes of conduct. Why should we follow codes of conduct when they don't? Right. Really? We're not supposed to cut people's heads off. We're not supposed to point blank shoot people in the head. We're supposed to take prisoners or set them free. No. I don't play prisoner of war. Right. I don't have prisoners of war. No. There are plenty of American soldiers that will sit there and question the fact that they have to shoot somebody. Right. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're American in Iraq or Afghanistan and somebody running at you look like they got a button in their hand, shoot their hand off. Mm-hmm. They can't push it if they ain't got no hand. Right. And if they running at you with a gun pointing it at you, blow their head off. Right. They deserved it. They came at you first. There's nothing else to do. There's nothing you can do because they will kill you. Right. Okay. But sending kids is stupid. I just don't see the sense of it. So you don't. I see that you don't respect the fact that they don't even value life enough to send a man that already done lived a halfway life. They sending little kids to do men's work. Yeah. Yeah. Why the men is just still what? What are they doing? Partying or something? I don't know. The men are planning, doing the planning. They doing the planning and sending the kids. Okay, I understand. Your men run your country. Our men run our country, but we also let women run things. Women. You people, you're highly intelligent. I know you are, and I'm not stupid. I may look stupid, but I ain't stupid. Okay, your people are very intelligent. You know what you're doing. Okay, but because you know that we are soft-hearted for the younger generation. We love our younger generation. I would never in my life ever send my kids into a battle. No, my kids are going into safety. I'm going to lock my kids in a room. I'm going to pick up a gun. And if you come in my house, it's the last thing you're going to see is me standing there with a gun. Tell you that right now. I have no respect for people that have no respect for their younger generation.
So have you ever firsthand witnessed? Okay, because this has to be hard for a lot of people dealing with the fact that they could be going into another country and they could have to be exposed to they could get into a gunfight with a child. That might be hard for some people, and I just want to know. I don't want to get too into it because I don't want to bring up any bad thoughts or anything, Johnny. But I really do. Have you ever seen an instance where maybe somebody took a second too long, or maybe where they thought about something that they shouldn't because it's a child and maybe I shouldn't do it, or is this child gonna harm me? Is that kind of hard to process because you don't know if that kid is just if it's just a civilian or if it's actually trying to kill you.
All right. I don't like talking about this
if you can
much.
touch it real shallow.
I don't like talking about this much. I've seen it once. I hope I never see it again. But I seen a 5-year-old boy running up to a GI, put it that way.
Right.
And that little boy had a button in his hand. It was a button. I saw it. I knew it was a button. And that GI did the right thing. He shot him. But I know this girl actually dated a girl who went to Iraq. And her CEO told her to shoot something, a child that was running at her with a bomb strapped to his chest. You could see the bomb. And she said no. Here's the thing with that. If you do not follow a CEO's lawful order, that is a lawful order. There's a difference between an unlawful and a lawful order. But that was lawful because there's a reason behind it. There's a logical reason. You must follow orders. Okay. Self-preservation is key. If somebody's running at you with a gun and you see bullets flying out of it towards your direction, shoot them. Shoot them fast because they are good shots. Okay. Them kids, they've been trained since they were children. They know how to shoot a gun and know how to blow shit up.
Shit is real.
It's not fake. Life, it's not nothing like you'll ever see. And I hope none of you that don't join the military ever see it or ever have to deal with it. It's a burden that us vets have to deal with. And I know a lot of people are saying, you were in the Navy. Yeah, okay. I was in the Navy. Most definitely was in the Navy. But you know what? My feet run just as fast as anybody else. And I know how to pull a trigger. I'll be put on the front line if I gotta be. I don't want to touch that subject anymore.
Yeah, you're good. Thank you for that. You know what I'm saying? So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna wrap this conversation up. But before we go, we're just gonna briefly, touch everything that we touched. And I'm gonna let my man right here do that because he's been trying to be quiet and all that, but I know that his mind been soaking in all of this conversation, and we're gonna let him briefly, touch the bases of what we talked about today. Jeremy?
Yeah, I think we're about to be cut off here, but I'll just try to wrap it up real quick. So basically, we have one side of many different perspectives on the military in general. And I think we covered some pretty interesting stuff here today. That's about all I got at the moment. My head's spinning right now, really, to be honest with you. Yeah, hopefully we'll get to do another one. And we'll see.
All right. We would like to thank Johnny Blaze today for being here with us and talking to us and touching the bases of just the services in a whole. As far as recruiters, as far as some of the realities that we have to touch base with when we're there, and as far as getting into it for the right reasons, and understanding that once you enter the services, you know, it's go time. There is no time to play. You got something to say?
One more thing. Whether we're over there for a reason you think is right, or whether we're there for a reason that the government thinks is right, it doesn't matter what you think. We're over there for a reason, and that's enough for me.